in American history have cost of living not gone up during any president.
Dame, man. W Dame in the chat. He sounds like a Democrat. What you just said, yeah, you know it's funny. What you just said,
like
yeah, because we were saying that.
Logical, man.
We were saying that to you while Biden was president, and you all said, "No, this is Biden inflation." You remember?
Well, I just explained to you.
So there's no Biden. There's no such thing as Biden inflation, right, Dane?
I just explained to you what Bidenomics was. His oil regulations cause companies to pay more to frack. No. That's why Kamala changed her mind and said, "Oh, I am for fracking. I am."
Dame.
Go ahead.
You made the statement that prices always go up. That's what you just said. Because I tried to get you to say, "Hey, Donald Trump is going to take 2 years, according to your estimation, for the prices to start coming down based on all of the stuff he's been talking." And then I said, so you're okay with the price of groceries and energy all going up for 2 years?
No, you didn't say energy. Well, you didn't say energy.
Okay, just groceries. You're okay for the next 2 years for grocery prices to grow up. The reason I'm bringing energy into it is because Drill Baby Drill says if you increase more oil production, you'll bring the energy costs down, and that will lower the grocery prices. So it's built into it. So for the next 2 years, you're okay with your grocery prices going up. Your response was, well, I gotta be, because that's what happens. Prices always go up. That's what you just said.
You said cost of living, sir. But yeah, the cost of living is going to go up because you can't tell a landlord what to charge.
So now let's go back and clear up one rumor. Then with that logic, there's no such thing as Biden inflation, because what you just said is cost of living always goes up. You get what I'm trying to say?
By cost of living, I mean like rent and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't mean
that. Yeah, that also is included in inflation.
I should have been more specific.
Oh,
right. I mean rent. I should have been more specific. Rent. Yes. How? Yes. Yeah.
So
I got you.
So Biden is only responsible for rent going up. Everything else, that's cost of living in your world.
Bidenomics is responsible for making bad regulation, for banning oil, for banning fracking. That's what he's responsible for. And he was also responsible for terrible, reckless spending bills. Yeah. Terrible spending bills and opening the border.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So in other words,
all of these things lead to inflation, sir.
Yeah. No. Because if you want to talk about terrible spending bills and things like that lead to inflation, you have to acknowledge that Donald Trump, his tariffs, right? They're causing inflation too.
Which one specifically?
The ones that he put on China, all right, and these reciprocal ones, right, and the ones that he was threatening to put on Canada and Mexico, and you saw what that was going to do, and the stock market started to plummet. You have to understand that tariffs are inflationary, right? And I'll ask you this: when the tariffs kick in, who pays them? This is an easy question. Who pays the tariffs?
The American taxpayer, man. The consumer.
You and me. Mm-hmm. So that's why I say it's inflationary, and it's directly linked to Trump's policies. So we can agree that Donald Trump is actually making the cost of groceries and things like that go up. He's doing that, and you're okay with it. That has nothing to do with your COLA adjustment. That's just Donald Trump's pure policy at work. You see what I'm saying, bro? You see what I'm saying? You all have found this magical way to justify being screwed over by Donald Trump and try to make it look like it's not that. And I'm telling you, we see through this. You have farmers. You heard about this guy, Skyler. He's all over TikTok right now. The money's frozen because he didn't understand Biden had actually made the funds available for him to run his farm and do what he was doing. You heard about this story?
No.
Oh. Well, this is what I'm saying, Dame. This is what I'm saying, bro. A hard head makes for a soft you-know-what. You should have let Joe Biden do what he did, and then you should have let Kamala Harris get in there, because they understood what it would have taken to actually provide immediate relief to the American people, and they wouldn't be getting us into these situations that we're currently in right now, where the egg prices are currently going up through the roof. You guys have no plan for that. What are you going to do to stop the egg prices from going up?
I think bird flu got something.
Yeah, what are you going to do to stop that?
Bird flu?
Yeah. Trump doesn't have a plan. You get what I'm saying? He's cozying up to Vladimir Putin. You hear what he just said? Bring Putin to the White House. Do you think that's a good thing to do?
I think it's good to know what your enemies are doing.
Did I say
and
that?
Not just be stumped over like Biden.
Is it a good thing? Is it a good thing to have? Is it a good thing to have Putin in the White House?
Come on, Zeus. We don't do the chatty patty, Zeus. We have to talk facts, man. I can't debate a chatty. You debating hypothetical. I don't do the chatty patty debates. I need stuff that I can go to and be like, okay, I can't go off how you feel. You tell everything you saying is how you feel. Like I need a fact. Like I need a fact. Show me that I shouldn't have voted for President Trump because he's doing everything he said he was going to do.
No,
he's doing everything he said he was going to do. And he protecting women. I voted for women, sir. I voted for the abolishment of Title IX.
No.
I voted for that.
No.
I'll let you. I voted for the abolishment of Title IX. Okay.
Okay.
A judge already. Thank God, a judge had already blocked it, but President Trump confirmed it when he confirmed two genders and protected women's sports. So I voted for women. That's number one.
That's not true.
Okay. Well. Again, I voted.
How are you
going?
Okay, so let me ask you're voting for women.
Sir.
So what do you think about locking up women who choose to exercise their rights when it comes to their reproductive freedom? How does that protect women in your world? Because you're criminalizing them.
I feel like that about how I feel about locking up a woman for praying in front of a abortion clinic, telling these women to think about it. That's the same way I feel about that.
Well, if you get more details.
Thank God President Trump set that black woman free.
So I just want you to acknowledge you're not protecting women. What about rounding up women in schools and churches and trying to deport them, Mr. Superhero?
Chatty Patty, man.
See. This is what I have to do to Trump supporters. It's really not Donald Trump, honestly. Donald Trump is to me just like the face of MAGA, but it's the logic. You cannot honestly get up here and tell me you are for protecting women and kids when we see you're cutting off aid to women all over the world with this USAID thing. You're cutting funding off. You heard about this? Women are actually dying, old women, seniors. So you don't. No. I don't buy it. And you want to call it the chatty patty. I'm like, bro. This is real life stuff happening to people.
It's paused, though, Zeus. It's not.
How many women have you saved with this Title IX nonsense you're preaching? How many women do you think you have saved?
There's thousands of women
Thousands.
Yes, there's thousands of women that believe.
Show me the stats. Show me where you're getting the proof that you saved a woman as a result of your position on Title IX. And then I want you to compare it to how many women have lost their life because they don't have access to reproductive care in these red states, or how many women and children have lost their life as a result of the funding freezes that are going on, or how many women have lost their life as a result or been impacted by these mass deportation, Dame. You cannot pick one isolated thing to focus on and say, because I'm so pro that.
That's literally what you're doing, Zeus. That's literally what you're doing. You're picking the exception. You're picking. I can give you good too. I can give you good about what you're saying too. You're picking the exception.
Okay, so how does separating a woman from her children and deporting them, how in your world does that turn into protecting women?
Separate a woman from her children and deporting them.
Yeah, what they're doing with the mass deportations. How does that turn into protecting women in your world?
If you came here illegally, bro, you're irresponsible. You're a criminal. We have laws. This is a nation of laws, bro. If I don't show up for court, Zeus, and I'm on my way, guess what? I'm gonna be separated from my child because I'm gonna have failure to appear.
Why did you?
Warrant for my arrest. I can be on my way to work, church, a funeral, and if I get pulled over, I'm taken away from my family because I didn't show up for court. America told these people, you can come here on asylum. This is your court date. Follow the rules.
So now it's all about Dame.
If it's up,
it's all about Dame. It's about responsibility of following the law.
Somebody got to go to hell.
Somebody got to go to hell, Dame. This is what I'm saying, bro. I'm just gonna say, we're gonna agree to disagree. I do not believe your position on this one Title IX thing is protecting women. As a matter of fact, if I sat down and I thought about it, I would say you're probably causing more harm to women because of the way that you're trying to make them fit into a stereotype that you've engineered in your mind, right? And that's the result of your ability to not really adapt to the way the world is today, right? And I get that. Some people want to keep their head under a rock. But we live in a very diverse world, bro. And the quicker you can adapt to that, the quicker you can actually move up and move on and become a better person. I respect that. Right? Now,
the women that I talk to, so you're going to disown all the women that I talk to that agree with me?
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to, no. I'm going to say to you, open up your mind and expand your horizons and recognize that you don't talk to all women just because you know a few. You get what I mean? You got to really get out here and experience life for what it is, bro, and stop thinking on the small scale. You get what I'm saying? I get we all have our personal preferences, right? I got mine, you got yours. But at a certain point, you have to at a certain point, you have to look at it from the human experience lens. And you don't get to pick and choose how you are, right? When you were born, you didn't get to pick your features out. Oh, give me that. And make my brain this, make my height. You didn't get to pick any of that. And as a person of color, you should understand one thing. If you allow people to discriminate against one group of people, eventually it's going to happen to you. And your mama should have taught you that, and your daddy should have taught you that. I'm not either.
Disrespectful, bro.
I'm not either. No, but it's real.
People like no. People like you always take the civil rights movement and try to join it with the LGBTQ and with immigrants, and it's very distasteful, bro. And you have too many people follow you for you to do that, bro.
Am I lying?
All the stuff we went through has nothing to do with illegals coming here breaking the law. No, like
you don't get it.
Our ancestors, they was here legally, bro. They was here legally, and everything that they fought for, you're giving it to somebody because they want to sleep with somebody and they want us to concede to their language. Well, I'm not. Once you concede to their language and their way of life, once you concede to their language and all that, then you concede to their way of life. So I can respect them without conceding to the way that they live because it goes against my personal beliefs, morals in my country. And I'm not wrong for feeling that, bro.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, well, we'll do.
And I'll say this. You made a statement. It doesn't have anything to do with civil rights. This is just my opinion, and you can take it for what it is. The lessons that we were supposed to learn during the civil rights movements and the struggles, none of that has stopped, right? Because you know that there's still people out here who are openly proud to be racist, right?
And I call them out every day.
I'm not telling you I'm not asking you what you do. I'm just pointing out to you that the lessons of civil rights and the stuff that had to be uncovered and dealt with, it's still applicable today. You just don't turn around and set it aside and say we're in a new world now. It's 2025. No, these are the things that you're supposed to use to actually help make yourself a better person. So the civil rights movement, you can be upset with it when you see other people potentially benefiting from those struggles, right? But that's what it's supposed to be. You honestly know better. This is why I get a little worked up. You know that if you allow one group of people to get mistreated, you're opening up that door for yourself and everybody you love to be mistreated because while you might have your personal opinion, you know, once you start going out here in the real world and experiencing it, you know, you start to realize the world is a lot bigger than the world you came from. And you would want people, when you go into these other places, other countries and things like that, you would want them to at least respect the fact that, you know what, you are a human being. Right? Regardless of what you believe, regardless of who you came from. You get what I'm saying? Imagine, Dame, you're a child and you're in a family and, you know, you come from a family and your parents are part of the LGBTQ community, right? You're a child growing up in this world. Imagine the hate and the hell you would have to deal with. Have you ever thought about it from that level?
Yeah.
The child had no choice in being brought into that situation, correct? But that's their reality. And the problem is we spend so much time teaching children how to hate instead of the other way, which is trying to be acceptable, you know, be more tolerant and open and understanding. You see the issue? Because I'll be honest with you, what these women are doing out here, it doesn't bother you at all. It makes no difference in your day-to-day life. You go through 24 hours. How often do you deal with them? You don't.
It affected me, but
No, you don't.
I prefer
you don't deal with
my
this
personal
issue on a 24 hour. You barely have an encounter with situations like this, but you find time and you make time intentionally to go and put yourself in somebody else's business.
My country business is our business.
But you don't got any.
Business.
So this is why I say this is the issue, and this is why a lot of black folk are in a lot of trouble, bro. Because you're so busy worried about that, but you're not focusing on the real issues, like why are the grocery prices not going down? Right? That's something you should really be focusing on now that I think about it. But you ain't doing that. You worrying about what so-and-so is doing with so-and-so. Mind your business, brother. Mind your business. How about that?
We wouldn't vote if it wasn't up to vote for. It wouldn't be my business, brother. But let me ask you one thing.
No.
I want to ask you one thing before I go. Just one thing. One thing before I go. President Trump, he signed an executive order, since we're talking about this, banning gender-affirming care for kids under 19 years old, right? Under 19, not overall, just for kids under 19. A judge blocked that executive order. Can I ask you personally, how do you feel about a judge blocking the executive order, protecting kids? Not saying you can't get it, you can't be who you want to be, but the executive order just banned kids under 19 getting gender-affirming care. So
I'm gonna be honest with you.
You don't care.
That's not something I deal with on a day-to-day level. So I feel like it would be reckless and irresponsible for me to actually say what the outcome of that situation should be. But I'll say this about the judge stopping Donald Trump. Is it constitutional what the judge did? Is it part of the laws? Is it legal what the judge did?
Yes.
Okay, then you know what? It is what it is. We unfortunately and fortunately, we are a country of laws, and I would expect that regardless of whatever you want out of the system, especially when you start doing that kind of stuff, that you obey the rule of law. That's my expectations. I'm not necessarily concerned about the judge. I'm actually concerned about Donald J. Trump following the law, because I know he's a criminal and I know he doesn't respect the rule of law. So that's where I'm at with. If I have any anger, it's towards Donald Trump. Why couldn't he have done it? Why couldn't he have addressed this matter in a legal way, if this is serious to him, and made it a situation where it actually came across as something that is healthy to do as opposed to harmful? And I know why, because he's an evil person. All right, I got to move it on, Dame. All right, I hope you really reflect on this discussion and realize that when you go out here and you demonize one group of people, you're doing it to yourself. That's the lesson for today. And you can try to sit there and spin it however you want, but a lot of people sing a different song once the shoe is on the other foot, if that makes sense to you.
I got you, brother.
Fair enough. And I'm going to take care of business, but thank you for being respectful. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's Dame. I'm going to bring up some mutuals because they got a lot to say about what you were saying, bro. And I don't know. They're going to be a lot harder than I am, but it is what it is. All right, W Zeus in the chat. Come on. All right, Dame. I'm going to warm up the Lake of Fire. No.
W Dame, chat.
All right, well, he has his friends. Yeah, he has his friends here. All right, but ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. That's Dame right there. And as you can see, Dame is struggling. He's having a spiritual battle inside of himself. I woke his game up because I got him thinking. I can hear the gears turning. Dame, you're on your way, but you got to get rid of that MAGA demon. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send it straight to hell.